Guys, what's going on? Matty Day Trades here with the hot take, right? So market's been ripping, and just kind of something I wanted to note, or I guess overall thesis. Hear me out here. I mentioned a hot take, some similarities, so kind of just wanted to go over a little bit of everything. Obviously, this move, low volume, I don't really like it. Macro, it doesn't make sense. I kind of got to the point where I'm getting vibes of that 2020 COVID run, but that's besides the point. I started dipping my feet in um, some calls like the last 2 days. Um, but, in retrospect, we broke out this trend right. Trading's neat because it's just, his or her thoughts. And, for me at least, it's not about, being, well, we all want to be right or wrong, but it's not to be a point like, hey, I was right or I was wrong, right? We might have someone who's pulling trend from the top here like this, and we don't have trend breakdown till about 440, right? But for me, it's kind of this prior high at 418 that'll kind of switch up here because that's our prior high I'm looking at. Um, but so the similarities here, right? What I'm noticing is this 388, right? Major level, and this 388 bounce, this weekly candle went 388 all the way to 415, 416, right? We noticed this 412 drop off to 388, PA super thin, right? What's happened? Straight down, straight up, straight down, nothing, straight up, right? Now, this damn candle looks identical to this candle we saw, when was this? May 23rd, right? So I'm very interested to see if, I don't, you can't see it on the weekly here, but don't mind my daily. But so I don't know if you guys remember, but we had awful, well, scalpers loved it. But for me, it was awful price action. I hated this when we were stuck at, that 410, 418 level, gave us fake outs, would, yank us the next day, give us hope of bears and then rip us. And then that final leak, right? We're right there. We're back, right? It's going to be infectious here, right? And for me, this is the retest of our breakdown level, right? And this is what I'm noticing is this candle is damn near identical to this candle, that 388 to 418, that 388, 412. Now, what I'm thinking is, again, I don't know if this happens. If we get continuation some way, somehow, we break 417, 418, we see 422, all right? But I'm thinking, one, they're gonna this is where they're gonna get liquidity, right? They're gonna get bulls super hyped up, right? Just like they did bears at that 370 level, right? Dipped us 364 and see you later pizza. So this is where they're gonna suck bulls in, right? So I'm very interested to see this identical candle, here and here, to see if we get a base week. The next 2 3 weeks is, that 819 flow. So I'm very interested to see if we get kind of toppy right at this 411, 418 level, and we kind of see an identical, reversal here and yank down just like we saw prior. So that was kind of my hot take was, we might be in for, a little base breakdown here. Obviously, like I said, you break 418, we see 422. It's crazy. But another thing to note here, right, in terms of our bounces, since our breakdown, right, our first breakdown here, we saw a $38 pump, right? Our second breakdown here, we saw a $51 pump, right? 411 to this 462-ish area, right? Our third pump, right? I'm just going from these lows that I have here. Our third pump was a 38, right? And our fourth is this 50, right? So the four times we've had these, again, I'm counting these breakdowns in here, here, oops, sorry, this candle and this candle, right? This is what I'm counting, right? So our biggest yank was 51. We're at 50 now, and our other two were 38, right? So we're right in ballpark with that 50 right here. If we get 418, that's going to be our biggest rip since our, down, right? Our down leg. So, very, very interesting, in terms of overall market, super tough market, nothing really adding up. Gold, Bitcoin, commodities, the dollar, obviously just overall macro. But this was the hot take, honestly, was just this. I'm noticing the similarity in the first, what was it? It was the second yank was 51. This is the fourth final yank. Well, it's not the final, obviously, but this is our, as of now, final yank, the fourth one here at $50. If we go 418, pushes us to our biggest, dip to rip, right? So something, again, just keep eyes at this prior high at 418 and just this candle, the base, the drop, right? Something to keep eyes on. Um, but that was really it. All right, guys. I hope everyone had a good weekend. Again, it's a tough market. It's size off market. Keep your head up. Keep grinding. We got this. Let's ride.